All right, so we're here with another one of our car pros for Choose to Be Fit. I promise you guys we're going to have more of this, and obviously you experienced the second interview where I got a little choked up, so we'll see what this one does to me. We'll get an idea. But
You got choked up?
yeah, I got choked up. I'm glad you were here to see it. You give me crap about that, so I'm glad you were here to see it. You'll see it later though. So for those who don't know you, introduce yourself. What's your name, your profession, a little bit about yourself.
Okay. My name's Nelson. Basically, I'm just a personal trainer, and I do a couple other businesses on the side, but personal training is definitely what I like doing and what I love doing. I also do marketing, and I sell solar panels. That's what I do right now.
Real entrepreneur, bro.
Yeah, man.
I love that. So, okay, what got you into personal training, and then what gave you the motivation to say, okay, I need to do other things, but I need to have other streams of income? What gave you that mindset?
It all started with GNC. It was right after high school. I graduated, and then I was really into supplements right after high school. So I got into GNC, and after that, I decided to get my personal training course from ISSA.
Yeah.
And then after that, I became the trainer, and I liked being a trainer. I love being a trainer, but there was just a couple things I didn't like about it, mainly having to do with clients canceling 24/7.
Makes sense.
It all happens all the time.
Yeah.
And then the schedules is like sometimes you'll have a client at 8, and then you wouldn't have another client till like 6.
Oh, that's crazy. That's a
So
lot.
it's like a huge gap. So there was just there was a pros and the cons, but I ended up buying a course from Ty Lopez.
Nice.
Sure, you know Ty,
Of
right?
course, of course.
And it was his social media marketing course. So I bought into it, and at first I was gonna do it by myself, like just straight out by myself. And then one day I'm working out, and then my friend Justin, he comes up to me and he's like, Twitter's long term. No, it was YouTube is long term. Twitter's the loudmouth. And I'm just like, you bought the course, didn't you? And he was like, yeah, I did buy the course. So it was dope because it was unplanned too.
Yeah.
So we ended up speaking more, and then we ended up combining. So now we do the company together. And so far that's been going pretty well. The gym that I was training at, that's one of the first clients that I actually got for social media marketing.
Wow.
So I ended up getting them, and I ended up not being a personal trainer anymore because I liked social media a little better, right?
Yeah, for sure.
But I still like training. So Justin was like, dude, you should make a website and do online training that while you do your social media marketing. And I was like, good idea.
Yeah.
So I ended up doing my website. Justin helped me out with that too. And I've been just doing that lately, just clients on the side. Social media is my main, and then solar panels is the side as well.
Ooh.
Solar panels, I got into that because one of my buddies, I saw him doing it on Instagram, and I had a lot of free time because social media marketing is at your house.
Yeah.
So I got a little bored because I wasn't doing much, and I like doing a lot of things.
Yeah.
So I was like, yo, what are you doing? And he was like, oh, I sell panels. So he talked me into it, and now I do all three.
That's crazy. I love that you said that you were doing these two things, personal training and also the social media marketing, but you were bored.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's amazing.
I was bored.
For a normal person, that's like, oh, they're doing things, like they're doing big, doing those two things, but you were bored and added a third. That's huge, man. That's awesome. So, looking at all these things and looking back in your life, like where you are right now, what would you say has been a significant challenge or the biggest challenge or obstacle you've encountered?
Elaborate on that challenge as in.
So just any challenges going through, whether it's in personal training or anything like that. I know you mentioned a couple of challenges that you've encountered with schedules and people canceling and things of that nature, but it doesn't have to be that.
Mm-hmm.
It could be something personal that you went through as well. So it doesn't have to relate directly to the profession, but it could relate to something that is personal that you overcame and that you learned from. So any challenge that you went through.
Challenges, I would say, because when I was young in high school, I always wanted to be a baseball player. I wanted to make it to MLB.
Yeah.
And then I was a catcher most of my life. And then when I reached 10th grade, I had a lot of issues with schools too, because my zone and then I was in a school that I didn't like. I used to get in trouble. So
I could see that.
You can see that?
I can see that.
In middle school, I remember 6th grade I went to Horizon, 7th grade I went to Charter, and I went to St. Cloud Middle for 7th.
Dang, bro.
8th grade I stayed in St. Cloud Middle. 9th grade I went to Harmony. And then 10th grade I went to Gateway.
Dude.
Yep, so I was everywhere. It was everywhere. And then that coach told me, you should be a pitcher because you're tall and you have the size for it. So I'm like, okay. So the whole summer I'm training to be a pitcher. But since I was a catcher my whole life, it didn't, like I worked hard to be a pitcher.
Yeah.
But it didn't click.
Got you.
Because naturally I was a catcher. So I feel like if I would have stayed catching, probably could have made it a little farther in baseball, like even in college.
Yeah.
But I guess that's life. You know what I mean?
True.
There's other things that God is gonna like have for you.
For sure.
So baseball, that was done after high school. So I got bored because I'm a very athletic person. I'm still an athlete, even if I'm not gonna make it to the MLB.
Yeah.
So I kept working out, and I liked working out, and I ended up meeting a coach for bodybuilding because as I was working in GNC, my manager, she used to be a bodybuilder.
Oh.
So I was like, yo, what's your coach? And then she referred me a coach. I met him, and then he pretty much taught me the whole fitness.
Got you.
So a big shout out to him. His name's Thayer Flores. He has his own gym in Kissimmee.
Okay.
So I thank him for teaching me all the stuff I know now.
Yeah.
And obviously after taking the course, you learn a little more. But that was just one of the challenges, which was the baseball.
Yeah.
So I guess the bigger challenge, I guess, would be my parents' divorce.
Wow.
Because my whole life they were together, like through whole high school, and then right after high school they ended up splitting. But it's like I saw it coming, because in 9th grade I would see fights every single, not every day, but
Just
you know,
about.
like every other holiday. It's like it's something you see coming. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I got you. I feel you.
And then it's like you used to have family dinners, the holidays you would spend it together.
Yeah.
All that stuff, you used to do it as a family, and then now it's just like it's all gone.
Wow.
So I feel like that's one of the main reasons why I'm so focused as a young person,
Yeah.
is because I saw what was good, and then right after high school it turned bad.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel the same, which is why now I do what I do, which is why I'm focused, why I have 3 jobs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. That
Like
totally
an
makes
average
sense.
person wouldn't do that.
Seriously. That totally makes sense. So it's keeping you occupied, keeping you focused. That totally makes sense, man.
Mhm.
So you utilize that situation in terms of your parents' divorce, transition that into something, wow, that's even better. You know what I mean? That's keeping you focused. So you transition that challenge into focus. That's amazing, man.
I also have a really big entrepreneur background. Like my dad was a technician, owns his own business. My aunt, she has a spa, she owns her own business. My uncle, he has his own business. And then
It's just everyone's
my
an
mom's
entrepreneur.
brother, which is my other uncle, he has his own business.
That's crazy. I know we talked a little bit about this before. Now you're listening to all that again. That's just crazy. That was meant to be then. That's
Yeah,
that was totally
definitely.
meant to be. That's crazy. So on the other side of that, opposite side of the spectrum, you talked about the challenge, right? So on the opposite side of the spectrum, looking back in your life, on your life, and thinking about where you are now, in that span of time, what would you say the accomplishment that you're most proud of? What is that?
Most proud of, I would say just that's a good one.
Yeah, I like that question. I always like that question.
I think my discipline, because even though there's been tough times, especially in bodybuilding, I would stay consistent with it
Yeah,
all the time. Like when it comes to the food, to the workout, and it's something that I do out of enjoyment because I like to work out.
yeah,
But I could have easily said, you know what, fuck this, I'm not gonna keep working out. You
definitely.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
I ended up staying there. I've done 3 shows so far at an early age. I'm going up against men.
I remember, yeah, it's
You know what I mean?
crazy.
Like,
Yeah,
I'm
you
21
got you.
years old. I'm going against people that are 28, 30, and I'm getting my ass kicked. But I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't
love that.
care. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Another thing I'm proud of, I guess I would say, is my ability to be wise at times. Because I could be a little dumb. Like I can make dumb decisions as a better saying.
Yeah.
But I'm proud that I have a good support, as in friends and like family,
Yeah.
to like keep me on track.
Definitely. I like that, man. Two things I liked about that as far as the discipline, because a lot of people don't have that discipline, right? They get into something and they do it for a week or two or something like that, then they fall off. But that discipline is so key. And then you combine that with the passion, like you mentioned, things you love.
It goes with everything, discipline.
Yes, totally agree. That makes sense, man. I love that a lot. I'm big on discipline, so that resonates with me a lot. Seriously, that's pretty good.
I can tell.
Dope. So let's switch gears. Like, choose to be fit, real quick. So, what got you into choose to be fit? What drew you to choose to be fit?
Choose to be fit. It all started with my friend telling me about it, and he told me the whole like process and how it works and stuff like that. And then at first I was like, it's pretty cool. But then later on I started seeing like this is getting bigger and bigger, and you guys are doing moves.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, this is real. This is actually gonna kick off. So that's pretty much how I heard about it.
Yeah.
And I decided to sign up. It was free. I see the benefit in it. And it's kind of like, why not join something that could only help you and you don't have to pay nothing?
I love that. That totally makes sense.
You know what a lot of things I could relate to that is like solar panels.
I love that. Okay, tell me about
because
this.
like me, when I'm trying to sell it, really we're not even selling it. We're just switching the service. Because back then you had to buy the panels.
Mm-hmm.
Now you just put the panels on for free and you just pay less electricity. So what do you have to lose?
Yeah.
But no one sees that. Well, some people see it, but it's hard to get people to see that.
Yeah.
So when it came to this, it's like you don't have to pay for anything to sign up.
Yeah.
And it's only going to help you. So why not? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it has to do with something that I like. And I'm close with Justin, so
For sure.
why not?
I love that. So one thing you just mentioned, I want to ask a question about that because you brought in the solar panels. That's pretty dope that you did that. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of people not seeing like if there's a benefit, you're not, it doesn't cost you anything as far as there's more benefit than cost to you, right? So what would you say to any clients or any pros that have not yet signed up on Choose to be Fit? What would you tell them, clients or pros? What would you say to them?
I would tell them that they have nothing to lose.
Yeah.
All they have is to gain.
Yeah.
Like, dude, sign up and you're gonna get clients.
Yeah. I love that.
Like that's like the most simple. It's the most simple way you could put C2B. It's like, dude, sign up. You don't have to pay shit, and you're gonna get clients. Okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly what you mean. Yeah.
It's like we're not asking for credit cards, man.
That totally makes sense. All right, I like that. That's dope. Simply put, I love that. All right. So keeping it C2B.
Mm-hmm.
So when you hear choose to be fit, people think about different things. You can have different interpretations of that, right? Like you hear choose to be fit, you think about something physical, like being fit physically, whatever your interpretation is. When you hear choose to be fit, what does that mean to you?
I believe that everything in life is a choice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You could choose to be fat, or you could choose to be fit.
Fair enough.
One of the two.
I love how you make things simple. You're like, it's this or that, black and white. Like
that's it. And then one thing too that I want to mention is like, I'm not gonna mention any names, but when I was having a Thanksgiving dinner, I had it with my dad's side of the family.
Yeah.
And we were around the Thanksgiving table. And I don't know if you guys do this, but you guys go around the table and then you pretty much say thanks to God of what you're thankful for.
Yep.
You guys do that?
Yep.
Okay. So one of the things that one of my family members said was, "Oh, I'm thankful for my health." And that family member is like 300 pounds and up.
Wow.
And then he wasn't the only person that is overweight that says it. That, oh, I'm thankful for my health. So like, I didn't say nothing at the moment.
Yeah.
But a couple days after, when we were playing basketball, I was like, yo, like, you really thankful for your health, bro? I told him like that, and then he was like, I mean, yeah, because I'm not taking pills. I don't have cancer. I don't have diabetes. I'm good. And I'm just like, you good? You good? I'm like, you good? I'm like, but he saw what I was saying.
Yeah,
he knew what I meant.
Yeah.
But it's just like you shouldn't say you're thankful for your health if you're overweight.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah. That totally makes sense.
So everything is a choice.
I totally love that, man. I love how simple you put things. I love that example, that story. Like, as funny as it is, it's serious at the same time. You know what I mean?
It is.
Right?
It's I'm very blunt.
Yeah, no, I love that, and I appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
Like, you have no idea. That's one of the reasons we vibe so well, because I take pleasure in your bluntness, so that's pretty dope, bro. That's awesome. So again, keeping it C2B still, the vision of Choose to Be Fit. What do you like most about it?
I like the thing I like most about it is that it's like you could relate it to a lot of things that are trending, like Uber and Amazon.
Yeah.
Like Amazon took Toys R Us out of business.
True.
And I'm not saying that C2B is gonna take trainers out of business, but it's a trend in life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like nowadays everyone goes to Amazon to get what they want.
Yes, sir.
And then for Uber or Lyft, you just go to one app to get one taxi. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you don't
that's
hit up
true.
your friends,
Come
stuff like that.
pick me up.
So I like the whole concept of it, and I like how you guys are making it so easy for somebody to go to a website and then find somebody in their area to get trained. So
Awesome.
it just makes sense.
Yeah.
And the way that it's gonna expand too is like having somebody in different areas. It just makes sense.
Definitely. Love that, man. Yeah, so true. So true. So I have two more questions, two final questions, what I love to ask. The first of the two questions, your purpose. What would you say your purpose is?
My purpose? I would definitely say to inspire people about health and fitness because you ever heard of the Eulerian Destiny?
Yep. Yes, sir.
You've heard about it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've heard about it.
So I've been told a lot, even by people that don't like me, like, yo, you're pretty good in fitness, just because of my physique.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And one of the things that I've thought about, but it's not something that I've really put into action, is like fitness modeling.
Yeah.
And like those are the biggest like influencers in fitness.
That's true.
Because like you look like what you represent.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? So I've been told by a couple people you should try it, but it's not something that I've thought of or like done.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm only 21, so I feel like that's one of the things that I like 24.
Yeah.
It's like one of those things that you could say, I never thought I would have been this. I just stayed true to what I like, and I became this.
Dude. Yes.
You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean, bro.
So that's I would say that's my purpose, to inspire as much, to stay true to what I like, and hopefully one day it'll all pay off.
I like that, man. I'm sure it will, bro. Like the way you think, the way you carry yourself at a young age, there's no way it can't. There's no way it has to pay off, right? Dang, that's awesome. So the last question, with all these goals that you have, right, and considering your purpose as well, what would you say is your primary motivation to get yours, to go after all your goals and accomplish them? What is your primary motivation?
My primary motivation, I would say I have a mission, and you could either do it now or you could do it later.
Yeah.
But if you don't do it now, you're gonna still have to do it later. So why not do it now that I'm like young and full of energy?
Hell yeah.
But the main reason I'm doing it now, because I'm young, is because I'm full of energy, is because basically my parents, they had a business together, my mom and dad.
Yeah.
My dad was a technician. They split. My mom doesn't do what my dad does. She just helped him. So now there's money situations.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
I'm an only child. I have two half sisters because they're from different dads, but they're obviously way older. They don't live in the house.
Yeah.
I'm the youngest.
Yeah.
So it's like I feel like everything is up to me to fix it.
Yeah.
Because my dad's not gonna fix it. He already divorced my mom.
Yeah, so he's done. He's done.
So it's all up to me.
Wow.
No one else is gonna do it.
Yeah.
It's just me.
Wow.
So I could do this now or I could do it later, but I'd rather do it now that my mom isn't in the best situation.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So I guess that's one of my biggest motivations is just be bigger than what anybody in my family has been.
Yeah.
And then another thing too is because I mentioned I do social media marketing.
Yeah.
One time I was fixing my aunt's website for her spa at her house, and it was getting late.
Yeah.
And my grandparents had just flew in from Puerto Rico, right?
Yeah.
And my grandparents are one of those people that if you don't go to college, you suck.
Straight up.
For real. If you don't go to college, if you didn't become a doctor, if you're not what they wanted you to be,
Yeah.
you're not
anything.
Yeah, exactly. You're just a bum.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
So as I was fixing my aunt's website, you know, obviously I respect them.
For sure. Yeah.
You know, I mean, they're my grandparents. I'll
Yeah.
never disrespect them. But one of the things that they told me is something I'll never forget. Because it was getting late, and I told my aunt, "Hey, listen, I'm gonna come back tomorrow, and I'm gonna fix it for you. I'm gonna help you out. It's just getting a little late. I'm tired. I want some sleep."
Yeah.
And my grandma heard that, and she was like, "Man, you don't do nothing but eat and sleep." And that was that was my face. That was my face. That was just like,
Yeah.
and I didn't say nothing. But it's something that I'll never forget.
Yeah.
Because like you don't know what I do.
Exactly.
To tell me that all I do is eat and sleep.
Yeah.
And maybe she didn't say it meaning it, but it's something that as a grandparent you don't say to your grandchildren.
sure,
You know what I
man.
mean? You're supposed
Yeah.
to motivate your grandchildren, not tell them some bullshit.
Seriously, I feel you on that.
You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like it's a lot of anger sometimes.
Yeah.
So it's like a little fuel. And I'm not doing it just to prove them wrong. I'm doing
Yeah.
it for myself and for my mother and my family as well.
Yeah.
But it's like I said earlier, you could do it now
Yeah.
or you could do it later. And I chose not to go to college.
Yeah.
So I have 4 years to work on what I like, or I
Yeah.
have 4 years to get a piece of paper.
Yeah.
And that piece of paper is gonna not do shit for me, which most of the time happens.
Yeah.
And I'll end up doing something else that paper has nothing to do with.
Yeah. That totally makes sense.
So I guess that there's a lot. And it goes deeper into it, but I'm not really gonna go deeper into it right now. Maybe in another interview.
That's totally fine. Setting up
So
for the
keep
other
it a
one.
little interesting.
Yeah, man. Part 2.
Part 2.
Part 2.
Let me see if I cover everything. That's about it.
All right.
You want to talk about how we learn?
Bro, if we get it, I think we'll be here for like 2
Matter of
more
fact,
hours.